world and the technology demands behind it are constantly evolving. New products hit the marketplace every day, and the competition to be the first to get there has never been more challenging. Businesses have realized that in order to compete in this new environment, they must implement a development framework that delivers solutions rapidly while accommodating changes and valuing customer involvement. From these increasingly crucial needs, Agile development was born.
Agile development methodology provides opportunities to assess the direction of a project throughout the development lifecycle, improving communication between teams. This is achieved through regular cadences of work known as sprints or iterations, at the end of which teams must present a potentially shippable product increment. By focusing on the repetition of abbreviated work cycles as well as the functional product they yield, Agile methodology is described as iterative, incremental. In waterfall development teams only have one chance to get each aspect of a project right. But in an Agile paradigm, every aspect of development, from requirements to design, is continually revisited throughout the life cycle. When a team stops and reevaluates the direction of a project every 2 weeks, there's always time to steer it in another direction. So the results of this inspect and adapt approach to development greatly reduce both development costs and time to market. Because teams can develop software at the same time they're gathering requirements, the phenomenon known as analysis paralysis is less likely to impede a team from making progress. And because a team's work cycle is limited to 2 weeks, it gives stakeholders recurring opportunities to recalibrate releases for success in the real world.
The Agile environment utilizes both the product development lifecycle and the project management process. These phases in those examples are referred to as phase planning or program management, but in Agile they are refined. Agile development avoids the defined phase planning that existed in a waterfall approach development and instead operates with a sprint mentality, in which all of the phase concepts are implemented per functionality grouping. The Agile philosophy encourages the grouping of requirements based on business value priorities to the customer and a logical separation of deliverables. This results in manageable user expectations. In each sprint, there is a design phase in which the team is collaborating and defining the design for the sprint's functionality set. This part of the sprint is the most collaborative and can require a lot of meetings. Once those requirements are defined, the development or build phase should be free of disturbance. Automated tools are recommended to monitor status, allowing the team to focus on development. When a sprint is nearing completion, testing is performed based on test or use cases defined in the development phase. Collaboration takes place only when bugs are discovered or functionality is not as expected. After testing is complete, the product is packaged, documented, and ready for your audience. We've seen how Agile affects the previously defined phases, but what's its effect on the other aspects of project management? With risk management, Agile allows for quick identification, assessment, and management in the individual sprints. With issue management, Agile allows for quick identification and management of unanticipated or unresolvable issues. With change management, Agile allows for appropriate management of changes to scope, schedule, and resource parameters while providing clarity to stakeholders. Agile's strength is in its ability to focus the team's energy on an efficient sprint of functionality and requirements. The team can concentrate on each sprint being completed to its maximum output.
There are 5 linear project management process group phases. In the initiating phase, the project sponsor and project manager are identified and project constraints are determined. In the planning phase, a workable project scheme is determined. In the executing phase, the various plans are carried out and a product or service is created. In the monitoring and controlling phase, progress is measured against project objectives. In the closing phase, the team archives project files and documents lessons learned. Similar to this, project initiating and planning occurs over the first 2 stages of Agile development. The product owner identifies the product vision statement in stage 1 and creates a product roadmap and a product backlog, identifying and prioritizing requirements in stage 2. However, Agile development next focuses on repetitious work cycles. In stage 3, a release plan is created identifying a set of product features and a launch date. Then in stage 4, sprints, short cycles generating potentially shippable products, are created. Sprint planning sessions occur at the start of each sprint, and product features are broken up into 12 to 16-hour chunks to create the product. During each sprint, the development team has daily meetings of no longer than 15 minutes. This is stage 5. In stage 6, the team holds a sprint review at the end of every sprint to demonstrate the working product created. Likewise, in Stage 7, the team holds a sprint retrospective at the end of each sprint to discuss how the sprint went and plan for improvements. Stages 3 through 7 happen in every sprint until the project is completed.
As with anything, there are many positive aspects with Agile project development, along with some negative ones that need to be considered as well. On the plus side of things, Agile development is an incredibly flexible design model that promotes adaptive planning and evolutionary development. Customer feedback occurs simultaneously with development and allows developers to respond to changes and requirements very rapidly and very effectively. Agile development is especially beneficial in situations where end goals are not clearly defined, as it promotes and facilitates interaction and communication above all else. In contrast, Agile development simply doesn't have the solid structure that the waterfall methodologies offer. As a result, it's very hard to predict various aspects of projects such as timelines and budgets. Without a concrete plan, things tend to remain very vague throughout the development process. Also, because of the intense collaboration that is required throughout, designers need to be committed for the duration of the project, unlike projects that are plan-based. Because Agile project development are in essence people-based rather than plan-based, it could prove to be catastrophic if a team member drops out. When all of the aspects are taken into consideration, however, Agile project development proves to be one of the most effective methodologies for companies to adopt with a majority of modern-day development projects, and it's here to stay. A renowned consultant and author, Craig Larman, thoroughly debunked the traditional waterfall method in his work, titled Agile, an Iterative Development Manager's Guide. He states that a study in the United Kingdom showed that waterfall-style scope management was the single largest contributing factor for failure, being cited in 82% of the projects as the number one problem. Larman also pointed out that in another study of 6,700 projects, it was found that 4 out of 5 key factors contributing to project failure were associated with and aggravated by the waterfall model, including inability to deal with changing requirements and problems with late integration.
Given the evolution of the modern marketplace, there is a renewed emphasis on rapid prototyping and product deadlines. With an enhanced focus on customer process involvement and shortened design cycles, the Agile development framework has proved to be an integral program management tool for thriving businesses across the globe.